Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the situation in Ukraine in big cities like Kiev, the capital, becomes more dire. It seems like the blackouts are going to be more often and possibly, how should I put it, indefinite. So the mayor of Kiev, Klitschko, suggests that the population of Kiev would just go somewhere else. Somewhere else meaning to relatives and friends, and because of the blackouts. It's a very, very unfortunate and I would say extreme situation, but you have to also look in a mirror to find some answers. Why did you get here, and if it was necessary to get here. This article comes from Sputnik and is from today, the 6th of November 2022. The content of this article I found in many other outlets, American and Ukrainian and British. It's just the same message, but this is where I found it first, so I'm just going to use Sputnik. Kiev planning total evacuation in event of complete blackout, reports say. Well, already Klitschko came out and said it, so this must have been a little bit late. Kiev authority, maybe they were early. Kiev authorities have begun planning for an evacuation of all residents from Ukraine's capital and most populous city in the event of a complete power outage, American newspaper reported on Sunday, citing municipal officials. Klitschko, I'm telling you. According to the newspaper, the city officials are bracing for a once unthinkable, quote unquote, possibility of evacuating 3 million dwellers if a sweeping blackout occurs. The situation in the city is said to be dire, with authorities setting up 1,000 heating centers, mainly inside educational facilities, which can serve a dual purpose as bunkers. And I'm quoting, "We understand that we may lose our entire electricity system," Roman Tkachuk, the director of security for the Kiev municipal government, was quoted as saying by the newspaper. Officials in Kiev were reportedly told that they would be notified that the city's energy grid was on the brink of failure at a 12-hour notice. After this, the authorities would begin informing people and asking them to leave the capital. And go where? East or west? I don't think they're going to go north. So I would like to say that this is very probable course of events, and it's not good to look back. I mean, looking back would not solve the situation they are right now, but for an analysis and for an educational purpose, you always look back, analyze the situation that created the incidents or whatever is happening right now over there, and learn from it. All right, an introspection on your actions and consequences of your actions. This might not have happened. Why do I say might not have happened? Is because I'm not certain that the Russians did not wait for a reason to do what they did, which is attack the energy infrastructure of Ukraine after the Ukrainians, allegedly, according to the Russians, attacked the Kerch Bridge. The Ukrainians were warned that any attack on the Kerch Bridge, on the Crimean Bridge, will have a very tough response from Russia. And I do not know if the Kerch Bridge was attacked by the Russians themselves, just to create a reason, a pretext, or it was really attacked by the Ukrainians. Nevertheless, the fact is it was blown up. The Russians told the Ukrainians, the Russians point the fingers at the Ukrainians, and then as a retaliation they started bombarding infrastructure and critical infrastructure of Ukraine, which is electricity and all that, since almost a month ago. And they keep doing it. Zelensky said that about 40% of their infrastructure was blown up in the past month, and that's not good, obviously. And a lot of damage was caused. Zaporozhye nuclear power plant is in Russians' hands, so they can turn on and off if they want the electricity in South Ukraine whenever they want. Then they blow up the infrastructure. Kiev will not have energy. Imagine that you don't have energy. What are you going to do about it? Now, I know that in, how should I put it, wealthier countries with people who, and that's not a lot of them, have generators and stocked some gasoline here and there, but that goes as far as it goes. And you have some, I don't know, food stock somewhere, but how long? For how long? A day, 2, 3, a week? I mean, how long can you survive that? We don't have water, running water. And let's say what are you going to do? You have bottled water? I haven't heard of bottled water since only when I came to the United States after some time. I didn't know that existed. So I'm not saying that Ukrainians don't know about bottled water, but bottled water for us is like, I don't know, using a bottle to use for air or something, not use the air. So we use tap water, not bottled water. If tap water is not coming or is dirty, then you're done. What are you gonna drink? Wine? Anyway, so if you have enough, yeah, you can use that. So the situation is bad, and I think it got here not only because of the Kerch Bridge. The whole war was orchestrated, and in my not opinion, assessment, I would say, I will say, it was just channeled towards where it's here, because it's not the war between Ukraine and Russia per se. It is between the United States and Russia on Ukrainian territory. Unfortunately, the Ukrainian nation will shrink in the numbers and will be eliminated. And as always in wars, the strongest, the most viral segment of the society will be eliminated, the strongest, and the weakest will survive. And if you say why, is obvious, because you have obviously able men going and fighting and killing and being killed. You don't have children, you don't have older people, and you don't have women to fight. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, women go and fight. That's true, they go, but mainly if you look in the history, men were fighting 99.9999% of the times. Why? Because the women were protected by to make sure that the children, the new generation, survives, and because before and now you need a lot of other qualities like strength and resistance, endurance, which men have more naturally given by nature. Not all of them, I'm talking about general. I'm not saying that there are not women stronger than men. Oh yeah, they are, but as a general number. So once these guys go, who remains over there? People who could not serve. I'm not saying they're weaker, but they're weaker in a certain way that they could not serve. And it happened in the First World War, happened in the Second World War. Our best generations perished then. Some other strong ones remained around, not all of them died. So in this case, what's the population going to do? It's going to be a tragedy. Unless the West switches from weapons to food and water. That would be a help. But NATO doesn't do that, because that's a defensive alliance. They use weapons to kill or defend you from being killed. Bad situation over there. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.